Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell-All. My name is Bobby Fazio. It is Tuesday already, 11/11/2025. I remember 11/11/11. I can't believe that was 14 years ago already. It doesn't feel that long ago. But it was cold today and windy. My goodness, it's been windy here for like 2 weeks straight. Can't everything's blowing around, trash cans going down the street, and it's getting kind of annoying. Already the cold. I'm already over it. And I would normally be going to California tomorrow, which I've been doing for many years. I always go to the In-N-Out finals, but doesn't look like I'm going to get there this year. The forecast doesn't look so hot, and I just don't want to chance it and not get to see any kind of racing action. But thanks for tuning in tonight. As always, driverinterviews.com is the website. At Driver Interviews is the handle on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit all those buttons. We've got over 15,000 followers on Facebook now. 5 more years, we'll catch up to Walt Walker's Stock Superstock page, right? Let's see if we can do it. Where is Walt? There he is. Let's go. Happy Tuesday, Walt Walker. Hope everyone drained their blocks. Yes, I'm telling you. I got the car winterized in the nick of time. Danny Davis, what's going on? Danny's probably down in Texas. They don't have to winterize stuff down there. How you doing, Danny? Bruce is out in California. They don't have to winterize anything either. All is well to my veteran brothers and sisters. Remembering our veterans today, it's Veterans Day. Hello, Bobby and Gearheads. How you doing? Perry Ford, Pomona. No, I can't believe it. Not looking like it this year. I don't like this forecast, and I didn't really like the price of the flights either. They were a little out of control. So, and plus, I don't know about all the delays and everything. It's kind of got me a little spooked too. Joe Collins, what's going on, Joe? How you doing? Was Joe at IHRA this weekend? I feel like he was. Who's this? Philip M. Is that Casey? What's up? Good evening. How you doing? I mean, I feel like that name has changed a little bit, so maybe it really is a different Philip. What's going on? Hello from Detroit. That's George Wright, I believe. Brian Zenzen. What's going on, Brian? How you doing, buddy? Michael Meyer. Hello from down the street. Walt. So Mike's down in Texas, I guess. Tom Gent. That's a happy father right there. A proud pop, if I may say so myself. Tom Gent, congrats on your big win this weekend. Brian Cool, happy Tuesday. What's going on, Brian? Joe Collins was there, shifting gears down in IHRA. He could have double entered, Joe. You could have ran that stick shift class. They looked pretty fun. That whole race looked really fun. I've never watched an IHRA race that closely, I guess. I was glued to that race. More so than the Vegas race. It's probably the first time in my life that I was really like more glued to, an IHRA race going on at the same time as an NHRA race. So I actually had to go back and watch Vegas on like repeat because I just had IHRA playing the whole time. Hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Paul Gunther owns that beautiful. I need a picture of that car right here. There's a nice empty spot right there. And I probably should have a picture of my blue car. Maybe I'll put that right there. What's up, Doug Core? How you doing? Danny Davis is waiting for PRI. Who's going? Reggie Litch, another big winner this weekend. What's going on, Reggie? Happy Veterans Day to all the vets. IHRA drone coverage was very cool, by the way. I liked it. I liked the starting line covered camera views they had all throughout the race. It was basically what we would get in a final round in NHRA. You got the whole time at that IHRA race. So it was pretty sweet, I gotta say. Tom Baker, what's going on, Tom? Tom's got the Duster and the Cuda, and we don't know which one's coming out next. Maybe you'll be at Belle Rose with one of them. That'd be pretty cool, right? DragInsights.com, guys. Research yourself. Research your opponents. They're a contingency sponsor. If you're a premium member, they got all kinds of cool stuff in the pipeline here. Full incrementals. Little illustration of how the race went down. Year-end analytics. If you want to see who the fastest car in your class was, speed-wise or ET-wise, things like that. Who had the highest win percentage? You can do all that and much, much more. I feel like every podcast, I'm like, I don't think I've told you enough of what you can do in Drag Insights. So all I can say is go in there and get yourself a free membership. All right. And then after you do that, call up Rob Youngblood and go get a clutch for your car. I was very close to finally starting up the 289 stick car the other day. But a couple little things kind of held us back. And then we were like, I don't know. It's really cold out. We're going to start it up. Then we're going to have to winterize it and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. The suspense might kind of get the best of us, and we might end up starting it anyway. But it's got an advanced clutch in it, and can't wait to hear it. I haven't heard it in 3 years, and I kind of forget what it sounds like. I can't practice any launches in the garage, though. Can't hear that sound. VP Racing Fuels, thanks for your support this year, VP Racing Fuels. And we want to have a fuel tech episode this winter for sure. And we'll get a VP rep on there to kind of walk us through that. We can ask them all kinds of questions about the blends, about consistency, about power, about timing, about whatever. So we'll try and get on that. PontiacEngines.com. That's Bruce Fulper. Thanks for your support, Bruce. Go build a 428 for somebody. RP Minnick, that's Ray Minnick, the accountant, RPM at rpminnick.com. He can get your taxes in order. He's a racer who does taxes, right? There's nothing better than that. And RocketmanCoatings.com. Get your parts and pieces coated in the wintertime, guys. You got all season to reduce the friction and reduce the temperature and increase the horsepower. So RocketmanCoatings.com. All right. Yes, absolutely. It was for sure. They know how to video drag racing. Absolutely. I had it up on the big screen. It was really cool. It was free on YouTube, and there was an app also that you could watch it on as well. As far as the NHRA coverage, Alan Reinhart was announcing in Vegas. We love to hear Alan Reinhart's voice. That's always a good thing, right? You would have thought he was probably this close to announcing IHRA races, but he didn't stay there very long. Maybe we'll get him on a podcast this winter also and see what's going on with him. Terry Nolan, what's going on, Terry? How you doing? Only one, says Tom Baker. Uh-oh. They would not let us run both races. Okay. I thought there were cars double entered down there, but I see. Even though out first round, I had a great time at the IHRA race, says Joseph Eustace. Free ice. That's always helpful. Free dinner 2 nights. Wow. 4 crew passes with an entry. Only complaint, pit parking was a little disorganized. All right. That can happen. That happens everywhere. That is a tough task to be pitting. And not Galat anymore, Darana Raceway, had a lot of cars. That was a big event. I believe I was told 340 cars at that IHRA event, which is awesome. I want to see that sanctioning body thrive. So thank you, Joseph Eustace. That's a lot of nice complimentary, nice gestures there that IHRA is given to the racers. Oh my God, 4 crew passes? Good Lord. I feel like you should get at least 1 free crew pass when you run a national event and pay $355. I'd be happy with 1, but 4. Nice. Tom Maioli, what's going on, Tom? Kind of disappointed I'm not going to be seeing Tom Maioli this weekend. I always see him out in Pomona. Boy. All right, well, let's get to it. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. We got a lot of them in stock and super stock drag racing. We've got a lot of Vietnam vets still around. They are getting a little up in age. And we've got Gulf War vets. We've got service members. We've got a lot. So it is something that I really enjoy about what we do. Very nice, tight-knit community, and a community that a lot of members served the country in the past. So remembering our veterans. I've got Bob Bender's airborne helmet right here from the Vietnam War. So Bob Bender, thank you for your service, among many others. We got some birthdays. Here we go. Dave Rowland, Justin Soldat, Mike Williams, and Ron Browning. They were all November 6th. These are the Drag Insights birthdays from the past week. If you were on Drag Insights and you provided a birthday when you signed up, you get a shout out on this podcast. Emily Volkman and our friend Walt Walker, November 8th. Happy birthday, Walt and Emily Volkman. They share a birthday. Matt Bernard, November 9th. Matt Bernard, he is a consistent number 1 qualifier in Division 1. With a big Chevelle, I believe. Brandon Clewin and Tommy Gaynor and Travis Booth were all today. 11/11, November 11th. Happy birthday. Tommy Gaynor, he had a good weekend in Vegas last weekend, and his son had a really good weekend as well when he won Top Dragster. And I know his son Ty is looking for a Top Dragster to run this weekend in Pomona, if anybody knows of anything for him, if he hasn't found anything yet. All right, as you know, Bubba Linky is stock eliminator champion, and as you may have heard, Justin Lamb just secured his 6th national championship of his career in kind of like storybook fashion. I gotta say, he had to win. He had to win this divisional this past weekend in Vegas, and he did it. And not only did he do it in super stock where he had to do it, he also did it in stock too for good measure, just I guess to make a couple extra dollars. So congratulations, Justin Lamb. Cooter Hidalgo finishes 2 points behind him. I'm sure Cooter is probably a little frustrated about that, but he can still sleep at night knowing he's one of the best in the country. And hopefully he just focuses on his newly recent wedding that he just had. So congratulations, Cooter Hidalgo, on recently getting married. What else? IHRA was a Southern association, and now they are a Northern one. Well, I would like to see them have a couple more races up towards me. I would definitely head to those races. $5,000 to win. I think they're going to get a contingency package next year, hopefully. I hope this organization sticks around because I know they are putting a lot of investment in. I'm not sure how much return they're getting just yet, but I hope it starts to pay dividends for them as soon as possible. So what's up, Amy Butler? How you doing? IHRA was a very positive experience. Absolutely. Tom Gent looked really cool. Hey, Bobby just got back with Dad at dinner for Veterans Day. Tell your dad thank you for his service, Nick Ryder. And we still have his book. Nick Ryder has a book from his service days that he let me borrow and read, and it's in a safe place. Make sure he knows that, and we'll give it back to him as soon as the season starts. If he wants it sooner, we can meet up. You only live in Warminster. Am I going to Pomona this year? It doesn't look like it this year. Sorry. Congrats, guys, says Amy Butler. Chuck Weisberg says, hope you're having a great Tuesday. I am having a great Tuesday. I'll have a greater Tuesday as soon as IHRA purchases Atco Dragway. There's Ray Thurston. He's a little late tonight. I thought he was sleeping already. What's going on, Ray? Chuck Weisberg, keep us all posted on the Atco Dragway happenings, right? Okay. All right, big news. We got Rockingham's coming back on the National Event Tour. September 25th to the 27th next year, 2026. Rockingham Dragway in North Carolina, getting a national event. Pretty cool. The 2026 Lucas Oil Series schedule is up for each of the 7 divisions. There are 14 doubles in there. There's an MIR double, Maryland International Raceway, for us in Division 1. So that track has rejoined the NHRA for next year. So we're going to have a national event there and a double divisional. So that's pretty cool. I don't think they're back-to-back weekends. I don't have that schedule with me now. But I do believe that the national event is the weekend after Memorial Day. So we will go to Maple Grove, then MIR, and then I think there's like a couple weeks before that double divisional in Maryland International Raceway, which is good. And I wish that was back-to-back with the national because you could just leave your stuff there and I guess just stay there for the week. That would have been better because Maryland International Raceway is not exactly the easiest track to get to. But, hey, at least we got races, so I'm happy about that. I believe there was no Brainerd. There's no Seattle divisional. I think I heard there was no Brainerd divisional. Is that true or false? Let me know because I can't remember. There is a Pomona divisional, though. That's really cool. So Pomona has not had a divisional. I don't know how long it's been. I don't think it's not since I've been racing. So that's pretty great to see. There are 3 JEG Sports Nationals. There's even one in Canada next year. So I wish Cecil County would get a JEG Sports National. That would be really cool. There's going to be one in South Georgia Motorsports Park. There's going to be one up in Canada. And there is another one in Belrose, I believe. The Cajun Sports Nationals. All right, what else? Who saw Paul Rossi's factory Superstock A car? It's got a Gen 3 Hemi. It's a Dodge Challenger, late model Dodge Challenger. It's going to run a 2021. It's a 2021 Dodge Challenger, 354 cubic inch supercharged engine built by Jeff Turk out of the Blackbird Performance. There, the car itself was built by the Mandela family, Phil and Tony Mandela. Car looks, pretty amazing, and it's got the retro paint scheme and everything that that Paul Rossi had back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s. So yeah, here's a legend. He's going to be driving a Superstock factory Superstock A car, and according to Jeff Turk, it uses the same 3-liter Whipple supercharger that is class legal with the specified ratio you can use to drive the supercharger. It's a great combination that's making well over 1,400 horsepower. Woo! All right. So whether, I guess Tony Mandela could be driving the car, Paul Rossi could be driving the car. It's going to be a pretty cool car. I mean, they really gutted. It was a body in white, so they really they went within the rules, but they got that thing light as can be. They're saying it's going to weigh 2,900. A big Challenger is going to weigh 2,900 pounds with the driver on board. That's pretty amazing. Division 2 only has 6 divisional races next year, which I'm pretty surprised about, because they take 5 of your best 8, or they take your best 5 of your first 8 for points. And Division 2 usually has, I thought Division 2 usually has like a lot of doubles. They definitely have like opens on Sundays after their divisionals, so they have a lot of grade points, as for that matter. But 6 divisional races, I think we're gonna have 7 in Division 1. Maple, MIR, Lebanon, Numidia, Cecil, Epping. No, we have 8. We have 8. Okay. So yeah, 6. That's crazy. That schedule is a mess. They got to start letting AI do the schedules and try not to batch races on top of each other, because I think there is, what is it? Ray, isn't there like the the Norwalk double and the MIR double, are they at the same time? Like a lot of racers like to go to Norwalk for that divisional event, and Norwalk and MIR, while not exactly next door neighbors, again, if you live in Pennsylvania, like the western part, if like you live near Pittsburgh or West Virginia, where do you go? You know, it's one of those situations again. It's definitely not laid out for the working man, but after Pomona, I'm probably not going to have to worry about it anyways. A lot of carelessness for the 340 low. Nah, I think you're fine, dude. I wouldn't worry about it. There's a 450 runs on that combination. I think you're all right. I think you are okay. Only 6 in D4 also. Well, what's up with the D4 payouts too, by the way? I've been forgetting to ask you about that. I feel like what do you have to do? You got to go like 5 rounds there to get any money? Is that the way it works? I had friends that went 3 rounds, didn't get anything, and I think my friend went 4 rounds and didn't get anything. So they're a little shrewd over there in that division, huh? All right. We'll let Walt fill us in on the payout situation there. What else? Oh, yeah, that Pro Mod $1 million bonus. That's what I was talking about last week, but I couldn't remember what the races were. So if you sweep the 3 races down in Bradenton, the Snowbird Outlaw Nationals, which is December 5th to the 7th, the U.S. Street Nationals, January 23rd to the 25th, and the World Series of Pro Mod, February 26th to the 28th. If you can win all 3 of those races, you get $1 million in Pro Mod, of course. Now, the reason I bring this up is because Pro Mod packs the house. West Buck packs the house. Unfortunately, I mean, all 3 of these races are in Bradenton, but like, I think it would be a cool thing to try and like latch on to these races, have 16 cars maybe in stock, or 16 in super stock, or maybe both, and be the filler material and get to race in front of a huge crowd, and use that to pitch, sponsors, try and bring in some, money, contingency money. It gets the ball rolling on getting, it gets eyeballs on what we do. Okay. Once you get eyeballs on what you do, then the possibilities start to grow for you. Okay. That's the thing. That's why I'm always intent on racing in front of the crowd. It's not like because I'm trying to stroke an ego or anything. It's because there's no money's going to come our way if we keep racing in front of empty stands. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. Get latched on to some of them big races with big, huge crowds. Did anybody see what happened what went on at MIR this past weekend too? An import versus domestic race sold out, thousands upon thousands, standing room only. Like, that's, trying to get latched onto some of those races and get out in front of the crowd. I think it's a good idea for what we do, and maybe we can get sponsorships outside of fuel, tires, and parts, like start like restaurants, Amazon, Papa John's, Budweiser, bring them back. Okay. Cigarettes, vices, alcohol. All right. That's what I'm thinking. Soft drinks, Coca-Cola. All right, so that's why I'm trying to let's get in front of a crowd. IHRA had a decent crowd this weekend. I liked it. Who's going to PRI? Let me know. I'm taking a roll call. You going to PRI? What's your game plan? Who are you trying to talk to? What are you trying to get accomplished there? PRI is a little bit of a challenge. You do get to talk to lots and lots of people, lots of vendors. It is difficult, though, because I feel like they've already budgeted for next year. So if you're trying to get sponsorship there, it can be a little bit of a challenge. You want to try and get your proposals in by Thanksgiving and then follow up there, I think is your best bet. But yeah, who's going to PRI? Let me know. And that's what other announcements? That's pretty much it. Last week we talked about Modified Productions coming back, which was really cool. 1981 and earlier, small blocks, stick only. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. They'll be racing in Comp Eliminator, so look for that next year. Waiting for a rules package to be released. And don't forget to look at your emails if you are a stock eliminator racer from your SRAC members. You got to vote on something. They might be done voting by now, but last week I told you about it. We're not really at liberty to talk about those on the podcast or social media, so I'm just telling you to go and vote on that possible rule change. All right. Who pays attention to payouts in NHRA? I never look at round money. You're one of those top-heavy kind of guys, huh? All right. 50 years with the CUDA in 2026. I'm only racing that car. All right. There you go. That was the best appearing car, by the way. All NHRA payouts suck. I defend NHRA on a lot of things. I can't defend their payouts, though. I really can't. They need to be raised. It's 2025. Both doubles on top of each other after Bristol. Yeah. Yep. So I gotta make a master calendar, or when Drag Insights does it, it's easier, so then I don't have to do it. But when it has every race going on in the country, national and divisional, on one big calendar, I kind of like that, so I can see what's going on at the same time. But yeah, it should. They like I keep saying, they should just let AI handle some of that. I know you can't. I'm sure a track says this is the weekend we have, this is the weekend we have, and this is when we have to have it. It just seems like a lot of those tracks are near each other. And I don't think that's on purpose, unless they're trying to reduce car counts at both of them. I wouldn't think that would be a strategy, though. The event at MIR should be renamed the Oil Down Nationals. Well, those import versus domestic races, usually they can get a little slick, I would say. I used to race in the import versus domestic at Atco Raceway a lot back in the day. I actually won it a couple times, 2 or 3 times, I think, with my black car before I turned it into a stocker. It was really there was no import cars after round 3. It was all domestics after that. But it was always a fun time. Hello from Langsburg, Michigan. We will be at PRI, says Mike Sheehan. All right. So Baker is saying the Duster needs a driver for 2026. We'll leave this comment frozen in time for a little bit as I look up what I'm going to do next. I think we're going to just do some results. Guess what? We're starting with IHRA this week. IHRA, here we go. 300 plus cars on the property, lots of categories, appreciation dinners, a Ferris wheel. I petitioned to Maple Grove to put a Ferris wheel in about 10 years ago when Lex Dudas was still alive. And he said, nah, liabilities, blah, 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 because we have the biggest divisional of the year, Memorial Day weekend. And I'm like, you need to take advantage of that, man. Blow that race up. Same thing as the Dutch Classic, too. Maple Grove's, they got some really good opportunities to make some serious coinage. Have a carnival. They started having fireworks again. Anyways, Ferris wheel, that was one of I can't say it was my idea. I think Jamie Shonley gave me the idea, and then I forwarded it to Maple Grove. However, Maple Grove did take our idea of dollar hot dogs, so they listen once in a while. I like it. No, Craig, we did not talk about you yet. Has Jimmy Hidalgo put a hit out on you yet? You better look over your shoulder, man. Good job this weekend. You did good. You drove great. That gutter horse 120 under Duster's getting parked. Oh, Tom, how dare you park such a great car? Why don't they make all cars at MIR event wear a diaper or some kind of fluid containment? I don't know. That's a good question, right? IHRA Columbus is the same weekend as the Norwalk, and oh no, that's not going to work out. Why would they do that? I don't think that's going to work out too well. Now, IHRA had a great weekend this weekend because they were the only game in town within 3,000 miles. So I think if they stick to that as best as they can, I know they don't want to be playing second fiddle to anybody, but in the interest of efficiency, making money, trying to get high car counts, you gotta be wise about this, and you can't be trying to stack events over NHRA events because I don't know how well it's going to work out. All right, number one. Let's see here. Number one qualifier, stock eliminator. So there were 44 cars in stock eliminator at this IHRA event. Phil Hilling, C crate motor, 68 Camaro, 622 on a 736 index. He was 114 under. Like I said, the TV stream was awesome, and they had great weather, by the way. Aside from a top fuel explosion by Doug Foley, I think it was like a pretty great weekend, right? Not Steve Foley. Did I say Steve Foley or Doug Foley? I said Doug Foley, right? But Steve Foley was in the final round of stock eliminator in his 2023 Camaro, owned by Darren Poole Adams, factory stock D. And he went up against Ricky Pennington out of Alabama in the 2012 Cobra Jet, factory stock H. Let's see how this final went down. Steve Foley was 036. He dialed a 612. He goes dead on with a 0. 612-0 on a 612 dial-in. Nice. Ricky Pennington had him by 2 thou on the starting line, 034 on the tree. And Ricky Pennington ran dead on with a 4, 684-4 on a 684. So by 2,000ths of a second, Steve Foley got the win down there, picking up $5,000, man. $5,000 payout. That's at the minimum what a national event needs to pay in stock and super stock for NHRA. Just putting that out there. Congratulations, Steve Foley. He's having a heck of a year, man. He's winning some money. I think he's making money racing this year. And he works at a bank, so he knows where to put it. Super stock, Herbie Knoll, super stock J automatic, 1990 Camaro. He was number one qualifier, 6099 on a 725 index. By the way, this is all 8th mile, in case I forgot to say that. Darana Motorsports Park, formerly known as Galat Motorsports Park in North Carolina, is 8th mile. He was 115-1 under the index. There were 41 cars in super stock. Russell Gent made it to the final round against Mark Nowicki. Russell's in the 1994 Camaro. He was going with the GTI automatic designation this weekend. Mark Nowicki's got the 1998 Dodge Avenger. He's running in factory GTI. Russell, the tree assassin, 020 on the tree. He was dialed 624. He runs dead on with an 8, 624, 8. Mark Nowicki, 051 on the tree. That wasn't going to get it done. He was locked out after that. He ran 6007 on a 601. He broke out by 3 thou, still getting there second. Congratulations, Russell Gent and his dad, Tom Gent, and the sister, Cecilia Gent. I think she was there too. Congratulations to the Gent family. Was Mama Gent there? I don't know. But Russell Gent, he's been having a good 2 years, driving very well. So another young guy that we have to watch out for. You can get the Gents to do your machine work for you too. I think they have a lot of nice machinery and a lot of knowledge to go along with it. Congrats, Russ, says Amy Butler. Jim Marshall wins the picture contest. Absolutely. Did anybody see that Jim Marshall wheelie, that stock eliminator? I think it was a Q1 wheelie in the wagon. It was amazing. Amy Butler says, congrats, Foley. Congrats to Steve Foley. Yeah, I recorded it and put it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and my goodness, it's got thousands and thousands and thousands of views. So, yep, people like wheelies. That ain't going away. We want to give a shout out to Reggie Litch, who won Hot Rod. I think Hot Rod is the super street of IHRA. So Reggie Litch, who is a stock eliminator racer, I think he was double entered. He was running 2 cars down there. And since he's one of ours, most of the time, he gets a shout out. Congrats, Reggie Litch, on your win. 5,000 smackaroos. Who also saw, now is this true or false? Was I on some fake Facebook page here? 2026 IHRA schedule. It's got tracks on there that haven't been open in a while, that are covered in weeds. So what don't I know here? What's going on? Memphis was on there. Memphis says under contract. Atlanta Dragway was on there. Said Atlanta was under contract. Last time I was in Atlanta, Pretty sure they were building condos behind the staging lanes. So what happened? Did they knock the battery factory down and the condos down and put the racetrack back up? Tell me they did, right? Let me know. Let me know what's going on with that IHRA. Man, they got a lot of stuff up their sleeve. They are just hemorrhaging money, and I love it. Keep it going. I hope they got the financial backing. I hope they got unlimited funds. I hope this is all just a tax write-off for them, right, Ray Minnick? But get at Code Dragway, please, for the love of God. It's like 35 minutes right over there, and I have nowhere to test, and no more divisional, and no more import versus domestic to win. I don't think that was an official schedule. Yeah, I didn't think so. But we're going to hope that it is, right? They need to buy Atco, absolutely. All right. We won't talk about it anymore. Buy Englishtown, too, while you're at it. I mean, let's just piss those neighbors off. I can't even imagine if you had a racetrack at Englishtown, Old Bridge Raceway Park again, you probably wouldn't be able to start an engine before noon, and you wouldn't be able to run it till you wouldn't be able to run it after 6 o'clock. Yeah, he definitely hooked up with that wheelie. I'm telling you. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. Yes, sir. All right, let's go to Vegas. Number 1 qualifier, Diane Burton. That's Scott Burton's wife, Brad Burton's mom. She was driving an E-Stock Automatic 74 Formula Firebird, 1072.5 on an 1190. They got adjusted indexes out there in Vegas because of the elevation. I think it's 2,000 feet above sea level. She was 117.5 under the index. There were 84 cars in stock eliminator. And it was a very, a couple of recognizable racers here in the final of stock eliminator. Jody Lang versus Justin Lamb. Can't imagine how many times these two have squared off against each other. And I tell you what, Jody Lang really does well in Vegas. And I can't believe it because he's driving a Malibu wagon in that windy desert out there. And it goes mid-12s. And I just don't know how he dials this thing as well as he does. It's just a testament to him. He is in my top 3 list of all time. And Justin Lamb is up there as well for sure. 6-time national champ. He's going up against Jody Lang here. M-Stock Automatic. Jody Lang in the 81 Malibu. Justin Lamb's running Factory Stock C with the 23 Copo. Jody Lang, 023 on the tree. 3 seconds later, Justin Lamb, 022 on the tree. Justin dialed 967. He gets down there, runs a 966 with a 2. He breaks out by 8 thou, going 129 miles an hour on the drop, I would say. And Jody Lang runs a 1237 on a 1241 at 102 miles an hour. So I guess a little bit of a misjudgment there or a missed dial in. And Justin Lamb gets the win on the double breakout. Jody just took a little bit too much down there. So congratulations, Justin Lamb. That was his 35th divisional event win. And let's go through reaction times for both drivers here. Okay. Justin Lamb, we'll start with him. First round, 019. Second round, 007. Third round, 005. Fourth round, 018. Fifth round, 028. That's his worst light of the weekend. A bye run in the 6th round, 017 and 22 in the final. That is a tight range of reaction times right there. That's why he teaches elite bracket racing techniques. Congratulations, Justin Lamb. Jody Lang, though, in the wagon. 031 first round, 15 second round, 26 third round against DeFrank, 27 fourth round against McClanahan, 17 in the 5th round, 17 in the 6th round, and then 23 in the final round. He's as solid as they come also, man. Those are some good racers out there. Congratulations, Justin Lamb. He comes back around in Superstock. We're going to hear about him again in a second, but we're going to give Craig Galtieri a shout out here for number 1 qualifier, GTG Automatic. It's a 2002 Cavalier. It's either got a 1989 Chevy engine in it or a 1987 Chevy engine in it, I'm going to guess. I don't know what year it was this weekend, but he was 955.9 on a 1057 index, 1011 under, 69 cars in Superstock. Craig almost parlays that into a victory. He makes it all the way to the final round, squaring off against Justin Lamb, who had to win this race to win the championship. So let's see how the race went down. Craig Galtieri dialed 955. He's leaving first. 013 on the tree. Solid light there by Craig. Justin Lamb, he's waiting. He waits for almost a full second. 881 dial. He's 015 on the tree. Solid in the final. Let's see. Craig gets down there, runs a 9:57.5 on a 9:55. He's over by 25 thou. 138 miles an hour. I gotta say, I think he's in it all the way there. Justin runs 8:82.5 on an 8:81. He's over by 15 thou at 145 miles an hour. So I'm gonna say both racers were in it. Justin might have been out of it just a touch down there at the finish line, going 145. Probably goes about 150 ish. So Justin Lamb gets there first. 2 great reaction times, by the way. Gets his 36th win, and by that win, wins the championship in Superstock by 2 points. Congratulations, Justin Lamb. Winning on command there. That's pretty amazing stuff. 001 first round, 015 second round, 21 third round, 21 fourth round, 18 fifth round, 21 in the 6th round, 15 in the final round. No mistakes on the starting line by that young man. Craig Galtieri. Let's see what Craig was. 88 first round, but I think he had a bye, so it wasn't a big deal. 41 second round, 50 in the 3rd round, 57 in the 4th round, 36 in the 5th round. He starts reining it in. 005 in the 6th round there, and 13 in the final round. So Craig's looking sharp for next year. I guess he's keeping everything out there. You're going to run Pomona, Craig? Let us know. But yeah, how about that? Justin Lamb secures his 6th national national championship, 691 points. Cooter Hidalgo, 689 points right behind him. Kevin Helms, 634 points. Todd France, 590 points. And Brad Burton, 585 points. If Todd should choose to run the Pomona national event, he could climb on Kevin Helms, I believe, and finish in 3rd place. So we shall see. Pete Diagnolo had a couple more races to run. He had 579 points. I think he could have made a couple moves out there, but he chose not to. All right. Unfortunately, there is a copycat scammer wannabe IHRA page that is spamming BS. Okay. I think that's a Facebook page that I recently followed that I have to unfollow. It's called like IHRA Drag Racing, and I believe it is a spam page. So that's unfortunate, right? That's unfortunate. Nice job, Craig Galtieri. Way to go. Walter Gamble, you going to the Cajun Classic? I am not, but Walt is. I withdrew bringing out the old car next year. Oh, the blue. You're bringing blue back. All right. There you go, Walt. There's another car that's going to need a driver. That's it. Says that's the page, the IHRA drag racing page. Damn. All right. Got to unfollow that. Everybody unfollow that. Let's report that page to Facebook. Okay, what else? What else do we have? Let's see. Well, Pomona this weekend is looking a little scary here with the forecast. Looks good on Thursday for qualifying. I'm seeing Thursday is fine, but rain on Friday and Saturday and even into Sunday, I think. So they gave extra time to withdraw. I've got to see the final head count for the race. I'll just check it right now and see how many racers actually stayed in. I'm not sure when the withdrawal closed. I don't know if it was today or tomorrow, but there are 46 super stockers entered right now and 50 stockers. They were taking 60 in each category. So, yeah, definitely a handful of people dropped. And I mean, I think it's warranted. So there you go. Craig is saying Code Red needs a driver for 2026. I think that's what I heard, Walt. That's what I heard. Yep. Okay. That's right. So be on the lookout for the Drag Insights previews, driver previews for all national events this year. It's been pretty fun. It's been well received. It's gotten a lot of views and clicks from what they tell me, from what Alicia tells me. So she's very happy about it. And we got to get that done for Thursday, maybe even Friday. Let's check a schedule here. Here's our schedule. Let's blow that up so we can see it. And I got to get rid of the overlay for a second. I don't know why I just can't squeeze it in there for me. All right. Now, this is definitely subject to change, right? Thursday, Q1, 8:30 in the morning for stock. You get 2 qualifying sessions on Thursday. Now, last year they went into first round Thursday night. I have a feeling they are going to go into first round Thursday night this year. I have a feeling. I mean, they did it last year because it was supposed to rain on Friday. So it did rain last year on Friday. They got round 2 done Friday morning, and as soon as they finished it, it started raining. So, like I said, the forecast looks a little iffy this year. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have a feeling you're going to run first round Thursday. Friday, you're only supposed to run that one round Friday morning, and then the pros kind of take over from there. And then Saturday, you've got the round in the morning, and then you got 2 rounds at night after the pros are finished. And then Sundays, your typical semifinal and final round in between the pros, in front of the crowd, and you get your parade of champions, which is very important to me, for us. I like that they do that. So there you go, guys. That's the schedule. Subject to change. Let's say a few prayers that the rain holds off so that they can get it done and that they're not there till Monday, because I think even Monday has rain in the forecast right now. So that's not good. That is not good. It's the last national of the year. Come on, cut us a break. And it's In-N-Out Burger finals. We want Lindsay Snyder to be happy that she invested in that race. I don't know if they're still doing the free In-N-Out for veterans. I haven't heard that, but if that's true, it's still really cool. The only downfall to In-N-Out Burger at Pomona is at the racetrack is there are no fries. So, you can't win them all, but you still get the burgers. I think they have chips, burgers and chips. God, I'm craving an In-N-Out Burger right now too. Oh my goodness, they are so good. And dinner at that Pomona mining place. I love that place. Oh man, maybe there's a last minute flight out there on Saturday. I can just walk around the pits and talk to people in the rain. Who knows? All right, guys, I'm starting to lose my voice, and it's approaching me and Ray Thurston's bedtime. Not together, of course. It's 9:15. If I've forgotten anything, which I've probably forgotten a lot, hurry up and comment it now so I can shame myself and then cover it. Other than the fact that it was put in comp, what is the difference between modified production and the modified stock cars running in super stock? Well, this modified production category, they say the body has to be 1981 or older, and it's small block only, and stick shift only. So most of the modified cars that run in super stock are automatics. I'm sure a lot of them are not large cubic inch, but not all of them are 1981 and older. There's a lot of there's Cobalts and Cavaliers and things like that run in super stock modified. So let us know when a rules package comes out on that. I'm definitely interested in it and want to know if it's even possible to run with my super stock car, with my 289. If I could run the index, or I guess what kind of indexes they put out, we still have to wait and see. But I was thinking about that, because if I have, Paul's car and the 289, I could still go to a race with 2 super stock cars and race. It'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. I need to get a stacker. All right, guys, happy Veterans Day once again to our veterans. Thank you to all the sponsors that make this possible. And thank you to the listener that tunes in every Tuesday. Next week, Walt Walker's going to join me. We're going to have Justin Lamb come on and talk about his 6th national championship. We've got other racers in the pipeline, looking to get Bubba Linky on here so you guys can actually meet him if you never have, if you don't even know what he looks like, if you've never heard him speak. We're going to get Bubba Linky on here, whether he wants to or not. We're going to persuade him. We're going to twist his arm and talk about his stock eliminator championship. We've got tech episodes in the pipeline. It's wintertime, so we get creative. There's going to be a lot more interviews. Walt Walker is going to be joining me a lot more. Walt likes to join me for the interviews, and I appreciate when he does, because it helps me immensely. So be on the lookout. It's going to be a fun winter, and I want to thank all the sponsors, and I want to thank Walt Walker for the help that he does for me for this podcast behind the scenes. Much appreciated. All right, guys, you all have a good night. Take care, and I will see you next week. Good luck in Pomona. Hopefully it stays dry out there. All right. right. Have a good night, guys. Take care.